new weapons. 1 month after their devastating defeat at the hands of the ruthless Jaguar gang, the 10 great assassins convened an important meeting at their headquarters. The atmosphere was tense but charged with a sense of purpose. Every member was present, including Silverback. All eyes focused on Eagle, their leader, who stood before them with a serious yet determined expression. "Comrades," Eagle began, his voice steady and authoritative, "after our failure to attack Ruthless Jaguar's headquarters, I spent a lot of time researching and designing new armor and shields. They are as hard as diamond but extremely light and can resist bullets and arrows." The members' eyes lit up at the mention of the new armor. They knew that this innovation would be a game changer in the upcoming battles. "I guess all the gangs are prepared to emulate Ruthless Jaguar's defense style. Therefore, we need to have more effective offensive measures. I have equipped you with additional tools, crossbows and lots of arrows. You can load 3 arrows into the crossbow easily." Eagle gestured towards Falcon, who was standing next to him with a confident look. Falcon, an expert in crossbows, will instruct Lionheart, Panthera, Cobra, Wolfbane, Hawkeye, Tigerclaw, Scorpio, and Bearclaw on how to use their crossbows to most effectively attack their enemies. Falcon nodded, his eyes shining with pride and confidence. The other members also felt more assured with this new equipment. Eagle continued, turning to Jackal. "Jackal, you don't need to use the crossbow, just use your iron cards to attack from afar. Your ability will be a great advantage for us." Jackal smiled, knowing that his unique skill set was recognized and valued. Eagle then looked towards Silverback, who was clutching sharp knives in his hands. "Silverback, use your sharp knives. We will need your skill and precision in the battles to come." Silverback nodded, his eyes determined. He understood the crucial role he would play in their future missions. "We are well prepared," Eagle concluded. "We will not let any failure stop us. Remember, our strength lies not only in our weapons, but also in our spirit of solidarity and determination. Together, we will overcome all challenges." The members of the 10 great assassins and Silverback stood up and chanted together, their voices echoing through the room, a testament to their unity and resolve. Crossbow, Shield, and Armor Eagle introduced the new improvements to their crossbows, shields, and armor, emphasizing the effectiveness and versatility of each piece of equipment. This briefing was crucial for ensuring that every member felt confident and prepared for the upcoming battles. Crossbow. The crossbow designed by Eagle had several major technological and feature breakthroughs. Fast reloading ability. With a special design, the crossbow could load up to 3 arrows at the same time, allowing users to shoot continuously without wasting time reloading. High rate of fire. Made from lightweight and durable materials, the crossbow allowed arrows to be shot with high speed and accuracy, increasing damage to enemies. Mobility. The crossbows were compact and easy to carry, helping members move quickly and flexibly on the battlefield without hindrance. Shield. Eagle's new shield was not only durable but also extremely versatile. Special material. Made from a super durable alloy, it could resist bullets and arrows and withstand strong impacts. Lightweight. Despite its durability, the shield maintained a light weight, allowing the user to move easily and conserve energy. Versatile design. The shield could be used not only for defense, but also for attack, with sharpened edges that could slash or stab enemies when necessary. Armor. The new armor designed by Eagle offered optimal protection and flexibility to the wearer. Anti-bullets and arrows. Made from special materials as hard as diamond but still flexible, the armor protects the wearer from bullets and arrows. Breathable and flexible. The smart design kept the armor from getting too hot and allowed the wearer to move flexibly without hindrance. High durability. The armor could withstand various attacks, from bullets and knives to strong impacts, protecting the wearer throughout the battle. Preparation and training. Eagle looked around the room, seeing the confident and determined eyes of the 10 great assassins and Silverback members. He knew that, with this new equipment, they would have a great advantage in any upcoming war. With these tools, Eagle said, we not only increase our defense, but also our attack power. Let's use them wisely and effectively. The next several weeks were filled with intense training sessions. Falcon took charge of teaching the members how to use the new crossbows effectively. He demonstrated the fast reloading technique, the high rate of fire, and the importance of mobility in combat situations. Falcon gathered Lionheart, Panthera, Cobra, Wolfbane, Hawkeye, Tigerclaw, Scorpio, and Bearclaw for a hands-on training session. Watch carefully, he instructed, loading 3 arrows into his crossbow with fluid precision. This mechanism allows you to fire multiple shots in quick succession, giving you an edge in rapid engagements. The members practiced diligently, their skills improving with each session. They learned to move swiftly and aim accurately, understanding that the effectiveness of their new weaponry depended on their mastery of these techniques. Meanwhile, Eagle oversaw the construction and distribution of the new shields and armor. He personally tested the equipment, ensuring it met the highest standards of durability and functionality. Members of the 10 Great Assassins were fitted with their new gear, each piece tailored to provide maximum protection without sacrificing mobility. The road to redemption, Eagle continued to develop detailed plans for the next attack on the Ruthless Jaguar headquarters, ensuring that every member clearly understood their role and coordinated smoothly. This time, they would be meticulously prepared, leveraging their new equipment and the lessons learned from their previous failure. Phase 1. Approach and occupy the position. Silverback. Roll, attack first from the front, and attract the enemy's attention. Equipment. Use shields and armor to protect yourself from attacks. Saber for attacking enemies at close range, and sharp knives for long-range attacks. Action. Use your strength and endurance to break through the first line of defense, creating an entrance for other members. Use your combat skills to create chaos and distract your enemies. Silverback stood at the forefront, his muscular frame clad in the new armor designed by Eagle. He held a massive shield in one hand and a saber in the other, his sharp knives sheathed but ready for use. The new equipment felt light yet sturdy, filling him with confidence. Eagle briefed him personally. Silverback, your role is crucial. You will be the spearhead, breaking through their defenses and drawing their attention. Trust your armor, trust your strength, and make way for the others. Silverback nodded, his eyes gleaming with determination. I'll give them a show they won't forget. Phase 2. Break in and attack from behind 10 Great Assassins. Roll, climb the wall, break into the headquarters from behind, and attack suddenly. Equipment. Each member is equipped with crossbows and arrows along with their forte weapons, armor and shields for protection when needed. Action. Lionheart, Panthera, Cobra, Wolfbane, climb the east wall and attack from the left flank. Hawkeye, Tigerclaw, Scorpio, Bearclaw, climb the west wall and attack from the right flank. Jackal, use iron cards to attack from afar, create chaos, and protect teammates. Objective. Eliminate any enemy holding a crossbow and create favorable conditions for Silverback to advance deep into the headquarters. The 10 Great Assassins gathered in a semicircle around Falcon, who demonstrated the use of the new crossbows. They watched intently, absorbing every detail. Their armor and shields were laid out, ready for use. Falcon addressed them. Remember, speed and precision are our allies. Use your crossbows to create openings and then move in with your forte weapons. Our surprise attack from behind will be the key to our success. Lionheart, representing the group, stepped forward. We won't let you down, Falcon. We'll strike hard and fast. Phase 3. Coordination and comprehensive attack. Coordinated attack. Silverback and the 10 Great Assassins. Once the members of the 10 Great Assassins are in position and begin attacking from behind, Silverback will continue to advance deeper into the headquarters. Main objective. Defeat Jury of the Ruthless Jaguar Gang and break their defenses. Eagle addressed the entire group one last time, ensuring everyone understood the critical importance of their roles. This time, we attack with precision and unity. Trust in your new equipment and abilities. We've learned from our previous failure, and this time, we will win. He looked into each person's eyes, feeling the determination and solidarity reflected back at him. The members nodded in unison, their resolve unshakable. They knew that, with careful preparation and clear tactics, they had a chance to turn the situation around and win this war. The night before the attack. The 10 Great Assassins and Silverback gathered for a final briefing. The air was thick with anticipation and tension, but also with a palpable sense of readiness. They went over the plans repeatedly, ensuring every detail was memorized. Eagle stood before them, a symbol of calm and control. "Remember," he said, "our strength lies in our unity and our preparation. Trust each other and trust the plan." The team dispersed, each member going through their own pre-battle rituals. Some meditated, some practiced their weapons, while others spent quiet moments in reflection. The new armor and weapons were inspected one last time, ensuring everything was in perfect condition. The storm under the crescent moon. Under the pale crescent moon, the headquarters of the ruthless Jaguar gang lay silent, a sturdy fortress in the middle of a desolate land. The space was quiet, with only the sound of the wind whistling through the gaps in the thick stone wall. The moonlight cast an eerie glow over the fortress, highlighting its imposing structure. Silverback stood alone in front of the headquarters' large gate, shield and sword in hand. His figure was heroic and decisive, moving forward step by step without hesitation. The night was his ally, cloaking his approach in shadows. As he got closer, alarm cries began to ring out. The guards detected the presence of the intruder. A hail of arrows from ruthless Jaguar's archers began to rain down. Silverback raised his shield high, shielding himself from the incoming arrows. The arrows striking the shield made resounding sounds but could not penetrate the solid layer of protection. Silverback did not slow down but continued to advance, rushing straight into the first line of defense. He used his saber to slash hard at the wooden door, creating an entrance for himself. The guards rushed to attack, but Silverback reacted quickly and accurately. The saber in his hand glided through the air, each slash precise and powerful, causing the enemy to collapse. Moving deeper into the headquarters, Silverback encountered more enemies, but he was undeterred. He used his sharp knives to attack from afar, throwing them with great speed and precision. Distant enemies were easily defeated, opening the way for Silverback to advance further. Ruthless Jaguar's elite force appeared, attempting to stop Silverback. They attacked him from all sides, but Silverback kept his fighting spirit. He used his shield to block attacks and counterattacked with his saber. His slashes were powerful and decisive, each strike with purpose and strategy. The fight was fierce, with punches, slashes, and arrows flying everywhere. Silverback moved like a storm, powerful and unstoppable. He defeated each enemy one by one, advancing deeper into the heart of the headquarters. Silverback proved his strength and talent in this attack. He was not only a brave warrior, but also a talented strategist. This battle would become a legend in the underworld, marking his courage and skill. While Silverback was attacking strongly from the front, creating chaos and attracting the enemy's attention, the 10 great assassins quietly entered their positions. According to Eagle's plan, each member was fully equipped with armor and crossbows, ready for the decisive attack. The infiltration Panthera and Wolfbane took the lead, climbing the wall using hooks and ropes. They moved quickly, like ghosts in the night, passing through the first defenses without making a sound. Following them were Lionheart, Tigerclaw, Cobra, Scorpio, and Bearclaw, each prepared for a surprise attack. Each member quickly took position, lying prone on the roof and walls surrounding the ruthless Jaguar's headquarters. They loaded 3 arrows into their crossbows, ready to attack. A rain of arrows suddenly rained down from behind, aiming straight at the enemies focusing on Silverback. The arrows were fired with incredible speed and accuracy, taking down many guards and creating chaos everywhere. Without giving the enemy time to react, the 10 great assassins quickly attacked from all directions, rushing at the enemy with lightning speed and power. Lionheart led the way, attacking with fierceness and ferocity, his 2 sabers slashing at his enemies like thunder. Panthera and Wolfbane attacked from both sides, using crossbows and swords to destroy each enemy one by one. Hawkeye and Tigerclaw provided cover from afar, shooting precise arrows to protect their teammates. Cobra, Scorpio, and Bearclaw attacked head-on, creating a whirlwind of destruction within the enemy ranks. Each member of the 10 great assassins fought with a spirit of solidarity and perfect coordination. They were not only talented assassins, but also brave warriors, always supporting and protecting each other in battle. The final stand, all of Ruthless Jaguar's defenses had been broken. Ravi, the leader of the gang, was extremely worried about the current situation. Everywhere, there was chaos, the clash of weapons, and the screams of the wounded. In that situation, Juri, Ravi's right-hand man, still stood firmly by his side. Juri looked into Ravi's eyes, his gaze steady and determined. "I will sacrifice to open a bloody path for you," he said, his voice deep but full of resolve. Ravi looked surprised, his eyes widening as he shook his head continuously. "No, Juri, I've already lost Jura, and I can't lose you too. We'll fight together and die together." Juri smiled, a smile full of affection and loyalty. "Boss, please rebuild the Ruthless Jaguar gang. One day, the Ruthless Jaguars will flourish again. Since Jura left, I no longer crave this life." Ravi shed tears, unable to control his emotions at Juri's sincerity and loyalty. Tears rolled down his face, calloused by gang life, but in this moment he was no longer a strong leader, but just a person who felt lost and helpless. "No, Juri, I can't let you fight alone," Ravi said, his voice filled with emotion. Juri just smiled, gently placing his hand on Ravi's shoulder. "Boss, I will lure them away and create a path for you. From there you can escape." Juri looked around, called his remaining subordinates together, and ordered them to do as he told them. They all nodded silently, their eyes filled with respect and determination. They understood that this was their last chance to protect their leader. After finishing his instructions, Juri quickly disappeared into the darkness, ready to face his final battle. Ravi stood there, looking at Juri's figure, filled with gratitude and pain. Juri decided to sacrifice himself to pave the way for Ravi to escape this dangerous situation. He knew his life would end, but hoped that his sacrifice would help the Ruthless Jaguar gang have a future. That was the heart of a loyal warrior, ready to sacrifice everything for the gang and for his leader. Juri's last stand. In the darkness, Juri moved silently, his heart heavy but resolute. He knew this confrontation with Silverback and the 10 great assassins would be his last. His mind was clear, and his purpose was unwavering. To ensure Ravi's escape and the potential rebirth of the Ruthless Jaguars. As he navigated through the ruins of their once impenetrable fortress, Juri reflected on his life. The memories of battles fought alongside Jura and Ravi, the victories and the losses all flashed before his eyes. Since Jura's death, Juri had been driven more by duty than desire. This final act would be his way of honoring his fallen comrade and friend. He finally reached a strategic point, a narrow passageway that would serve as the battleground for his last stand. He signaled his men to take positions, their faces showing a mixture of fear and determination. Juri's presence calmed them, instilling a sense of purpose. "Remember," Juri said, his voice carrying authority and compassion, "we fight not just for survival, but for a future. Our lives may end here, but our legacy will live on through Ravi and the Ruthless Jaguar gang." His men nodded, gripping their weapons tighter, ready to follow Juri into the abyss. The echo of vengeance, Silverback and the 10 great assassins saw a group of people running down a small road and immediately gave chase. The narrow path twisted and turned, making it difficult to keep their quarry in sight. When they arrived at the end of the road, they saw no one. The surrounding silence was eerie, broken only by the sound of their own breathing. Suddenly, a voice rang out, echoing from the surrounding walls. "Silverback!" The sound echoed everywhere, full of power and majesty. Silverback thought to himself, "This person's internal power is amazing. The sound from far away still resonates so clearly. You took away my brother and destroyed our headquarters. Come here and fight with me until the last breath." It was Juri's scream, filled with rage and sorrow. Falcon immediately warned, "Don't go there, Silverback. There could be traps." Silverback looked at his teammates, his eyes determined and cold. "You guys stay here. I'll go alone. This is between me and him. I have to end this." Having finished speaking, Silverback entered the small path, full of determination and iron will. The path of confrontation. The small path led into a large yard, the dim moonlight illuminating the mossy walls. Silverback walked carefully, all senses heightened, ready to deal with any danger that might come. He saw Juri's silhouette from afar, holding a sword. Silverback continued to move forward, each step deliberate. Suddenly, dozens of arrows flew like shooting stars towards Silverback. He quickly raised his shield, blocking the incoming arrows, then threw sharp iron knives in the direction the arrows had come from. Screams of pain rang out from the darkness. Silverback touched his body and discovered he had no more knives left, while the arrows continued to fly. Without hesitation, Silverback threw the shield at terrifying speed towards Jury. Several groans rang out as the shield hit its target. He continued to advance towards Jury, but was still met with several arrows. Silverback immediately pulled out his saber, blocked the arrows, and accelerated forward. The final confrontation, nearing his destination, Silverback raised his blade high and slashed horizontally with a powerful blow, causing the shadows within his slashing range to fall instantly. Without hesitation, he continued, his eyes bright and his heart full of determination. The battle awaited him, and he would not stop until everything was over. The duel of fates, all of Jury's people had fallen. Now, only Jury and Silverback remained, facing each other in a courtyard bathed in dim moonlight. The air was thick with tension and the echoes of the battle that had just taken place. Jury stood unafraid, his sword ready. Silverback spoke first, his voice cold and decisive. "We have to end this now," he declared. Jury raised his sword, eyes unwavering, and rushed towards Silverback. Silverback mirrored his movement, ready for the final showdown. The two swords collided, creating an unforgettable sound and flashes of light in the dark. The force of Silverback's saber was immense, pushing Jury back 2 steps. However, Jury quickly regained his balance and stepped forward to attack continuously. Silverback blocked the attacks with his saber, each impact creating a harsh sound of metal clashing against metal. Jury turned and launched a horizontal slash, but Silverback dodged in time and responded with a powerful vertical slash. Jury flexibly jumped back, then charged in again with an attack from above. Silverback raised his saber to block, the force of the impact causing the ground beneath their feet to shake. They fought fiercely, each attack filled with power and determination. Jury tried to find weaknesses in Silverback's defense, but it wasn't easy. Silverback, with great skill and superior strength, continued to attack strongly, putting Jury in a difficult position. Jury launched a lightning-fast attack, aiming for Silverback's neck. Silverback promptly turned, blocking the attack and counterattacking with a powerful horizontal slash. Jury tried to avoid it but couldn't make it in time and was slightly injured in the shoulder. Blood oozed from the wound, but Jury still did not falter, his eyes fiercer than ever. "You are so resilient," Silverback said, his voice filled with admiration but also challenge. "But this match must end." Jury only responded with a roar, charging forward with all his remaining strength. Silverback, with a steely spirit, prepared for the onslaught. The two of them rushed at each other again, their attacks and defenses lightning fast. The turning point. Jury was seriously injured, blood from the wound in his shoulder flowing down, making the sword in his hand slippery. In a moment of carelessness, Jury dropped the sword to the ground. Silverback stood straight, cold eyes looking down at his opponent, then pointed his saber at Jury. Suddenly, Silverback made a surprising move. He dropped his saber and let it clatter to the ground, a metallic sound ringing out. "I took your brother and wounded you," Silverback said, his voice low and stern. "If you want revenge, I will fight you with one arm and one leg. Come on, keep fighting," Jury growled, his eyes burning with hatred and determination. "You despise me too much. I will fight to the death." Having said that, Jury rushed towards Silverback like a tiger, his strength and determination undiminished. Silverback stood firm, using only one arm and one leg to deal with Jury. Jury attacked with all the strength he had left, his blows strong and decisive. Silverback dodged, using his only hand to block and counterattack. Jury tried to hit Silverback's weak points, but Silverback's agility and fighting skills made it difficult for him to land a blow. Silverback blocked a powerful punch from Jury with his right hand, then kicked Jury's leg, causing him to stagger. Although only using one arm, Silverback still moved flexibly, dodging and attacking effectively. Jury did not give up, rushing in with consecutive attacks. Silverback rotated, using one hand to push back the opponent while avoiding dangerous blows. Jury, with final determination, tried to hit Silverback in the face, but Silverback promptly caught his hand, turned around, and pushed Jury to the ground. Silverback, still standing, looked down at Jury, his eyes no longer cold but somewhat sympathetic. "You have fought bravely, but this battle must end." The end of the battle, Juri, lying on the ground, tried to stand up, but his injuries and exhaustion left him without enough strength. "Jura? I tried my best. I have no regrets," he whispered, his voice weak but filled with determination. Silverback looked at Juri with some sympathy, but knew that this war had to end like this. He stood straight, eyes facing forward. Suddenly, a figure leaped up from behind Silverback and stabbed Juri with a sword. Silverback was too surprised by the attack and had no time to react. When he turned around, he realized that the figure was Cobra. "To kill weeds is to kill them at the root," Cobra said, his voice cold and decisive. Silverback was furious, his eyes burning as he looked at Cobra. "You!" he exclaimed, anger filling his voice. Juri stared at Cobra, eyes filled with hatred but showing no pain. He slowly closed his eyes, his soul leaving his body, leaving a feeling of emptiness and sadness in the air. Reflection and honor. Silverback looked into the fallen hero's face. His heart was heavy, filled with grief. Even though Juri was an enemy, his courage and determined spirit made Silverback unable to help but admire him. Juri fought until his last breath. Without fear, without backing down, he gently placed his hand on Juri's forehead as a final farewell. In Silverback's heart, respect for Juri never faded. Juri had become a symbol of courage and sacrifice, a true hero in these dark times. Silverback stood up, his eyes looking towards Cobra with determination and warning. "You were wrong to do this, Cobra. We are warriors, and we must respect our enemies." Cobra just shrugged, showing no remorse. But for Silverback, Cobra's actions left a deep wound, a lesson in loyalty, honor, and respect among warriors. The mourning of a hero. Juri's death left the gang world shaken and somber. The defenses designed by Juri had completely collapsed, causing many gangs to review their strategies. But most of all, the sadness stemmed from the fact that this world had now lost a talented and courageous hero. Everyone remembered Juri with a heavy heart, appreciating what he had contributed to the ongoing war. Reflections on Juri Ravi, leader of the Ruthless Jaguar. Juri was a brave warrior, a loyal friend, and a true hero. His sacrifice is something I will forever remember. Heis, leader of the mighty gorilla. Even though we were enemies, Juri's courage always made me admire him. This world has lost a shining star. Draven, leader of the Red Lion. Juri fought for his ideals until his last breath. His tenacity is something we should all learn from. Ludi, leader of the Grey Wolf. Juri was not only a talented warrior, but also a person with a noble soul. He will forever live in the hearts of those who knew him. Ai, leader of the Wrestling Bear. Juri's passing is a great loss for all of us. Remember, no matter who we are, we all share the same respect for this hero. Buzi, leader of the Cunning Hyena. Juri showed us what loyalty and sacrifice are. He is a shining example for all gangs. Mema, leader of the White Tiger. I have seen many battles, but Juri is one of the most resilient warriors I have ever met. He lived and fought with great dignity. The mourning from the mighty gorilla, the red lion, the gray wolf, the wrestling bear, the cunning hyena to the white tiger, all mourned Juri. Black flags were raised as symbols of mourning and reverence. Silent cries echoed, whispers of grief spread through the underworld. The gangs, though always filled with violence and conflict, paused to remember a true hero. Juri, with his courage and great sacrifice, left an indelible mark in everyone's hearts. He would forever be remembered as a shining example, a symbol of loyalty and bravery. Eagle's decision. Eagle sighed at the thought of Juri's death, but he knew that this was war. Any loss seemed inevitable. In a surprising move, Eagle made a secret announcement that the 10 great assassins would not attack any gang for 1 month. Every gang rejoiced at this announcement as it gave them time to prepare and recover. For Eagle, this decision was not easy. He understood that in this fierce war, every action had consequences. Juri had fallen, and it was a painful reminder of the cost of brutality and bloodshed. Even as an enemy, Juri was still a respected warrior, and his passing left a void in the underworld that was not easily filled. However, Eagle knew that a lull was necessary. He felt the joy that spread throughout the gangs when they received this news. In a world where fear and insecurity were always present, 30 days of peace was a precious gift. Gangs could strengthen their defenses, repair losses, and prepare for upcoming confrontations. Reflections and Strategy Eagle, in a rare moment of peace, realized that he also needed time to reevaluate his strategy and plans. He knew that after this period, the war would continue, and the 10 great assassins had to be ready for any situation. But now, he felt joy and relief from his enemies, a temporary sense of peace in the violent world in which they lived. As the leaders of the various gangs reflected on Jury's life and death, they took the opportunity to strengthen their bonds and fortify their positions. The brief respite allowed them to regroup and prepare for the inevitable continuation of hostilities.